Are you excited?
I'm very excited. Feels so good. Take a look, guys. First time this car has been out of the garage since last year. And the yellow actually looks pretty nice right now. But I think we're about to start scuffing up the paint and doing some of the prep to get this thing ready to repaint. So I just wanted to push it outside since it's a nice day today. Jordan's doing some yard work over there. We're trying to finish up some things. Got the car started, so that's super awesome. Big sign of relief, honestly. Like, putting a motor together is always scary. Putting it back in the car and starting it up, I don't know, it just always gives me anxiety. So I'm glad we could get that finished, get the car started here at Run. No, it's gonna be good. We got Chud, the professional wire extender. Right, Chud?
Yep.
Professional.
Dude, does this have a T51 arm out, bro?
No, I didn't pay extra money for nothing. So there's an exhaust back on the S2000. Not my exhaust really of choice, but I got a good deal on it, and it was cheaper than buying pipe and making it yourself. It's 2 3/4 inch tubing. There should be enough clearance on the 8.8. It might hit. It moves a little bit. It looks like it might tap it, but it's no big deal. Looks like a plastic bag probably landed on this exhaust at one time and melted to it. Andy welded up this flex joint here, the V-band, downpipe, tons of room on both sides. I might put a little bit of heat protective on the mount here just to protect it in case it does try to melt. Lots of room under here. But this is pretty exciting, having a full exhaust again. Hopefully this thing sounds good. I've never been the biggest NVIDIA fan. I had an NVIDIA Q300 on this car when it was NA. But like I said, I picked this up for 150 bucks, so I figured it'd be better than an open up pipe drifting. Looks really good though. I'm stoked on this. Beautiful welds. So, we have the turbo all mounted up. Hot side intercooler pipe is modified for the new 2-inch inlet, so you got a 2 to 3 inch coupler on here. You got to make the wastegate dump still. This is just loose leaf in here. Have it probably just come straight out the hood there. The new piece of manifold Andy had to remake here because the old one was a T4 flange and this is a V-band on the turbo now. Got all of our oil feed, coolant lines on both sides, and the oil drain line down there. And then we just gotta still figure out electric power steering. As well as tuck some of this other stuff back up here now that the downpipe's in here. Some of the wiring's not going to be able to run to where I was planning on originally running it for the coolant pressure gauge. So, it's starting to look really sick though. These small turbos, I forget how much they suck far as tightening lines on them, because you have to take the turbine housing off of them every time you want to tighten anything, pretty much, other than the oil feed was, I think, the only one I could get to with the regular wrench without taking the turbine housing off. So this turbo had to come on and off a million times for me to tighten all the lines. Got our Pulsar GTX 3076R Gen 2. Wow. Wastegate tube is all done. Had to do a million pie cuts to make it fit under the hood here because it's pretty tight clearance, but it looks so sick installed. Nice and flush. Big old hole for some fireballs to come out of. This is looking real good. Hi, Bonnie. Well, look at that, folks. Nice 3.5 inch shaft. Up to the Seems Legit garage. Guiba delete spacer, telescopic shaft on this end. Should hold all the clutch kicks and all the powers. Drive shaft angle looks pretty decent, actually. Not exactly sure it is. I might throw a gauge on there and measure it. But yeah, everything's coming along. Bonnie's stoked. We've been trying to figure out the electric power steering for like 2 days, and hopefully we'll figure it out today. What do you think, Johnny?
I like the wheels.
Chrome Johnnies. So we're about to do one of the #1 things you're always supposed to do, no matter what somebody tells you, is set base timing. Some people don't like to do this for some dumb reason, but this is something you always need to do in the software.
Don't worry, your tuner won't do it.
That's 100% true probably, but make sure you do this. Just set base timing. Andy in the driver's seat. This thing's so quiet. Well, Chud, what's right?
Let's start off with what's wrong. There ain't much right about it.
Yeah,
What's wrong is this turbo.
Too small?
We had it. No. It's all right size. It was up here before.
Yeah, through the hood. That was more your style.
Yeah, you didn't want that.
Yeah, Chud actually has a quad turbo Cherokee 4-liter out the hood.
I do. All four out the hood.
All right, you guys got to check this out. Andy put his own custom little touch on the exhaust. Look how sick that is. It makes it look nice. You can get a nice little peek under there. See the A-Star Fab. You know you're going fast. Andy's all stoked, right? Chud just blew his trans apart. And his turbo Cherokee, quad turbo. All right, we got the car all strapped up. Andy's in the driver's seat. We're gonna make some first rolls at it. Johnny on the dyno operations over here. Well, today has gone slower than expected. Ran into a couple dumb issues right away. First one was the alternator quit charging. So for some reason, the alternator kept popping the alternator fuse in the fuse box under the dash over there on the driver's side. And we couldn't figure out why. I'm assuming maybe there's a short because there's a bunch of stuff that runs off that same circuit. So we just end up jumping the actual wires at the alternator that are needed to run it to switch 12 volt. And now we got the alternator charging. It took a little bit to find the correct wiring diagram to see what was correct. And maybe we can make some pulls tonight. A little bit late. It's like 10:30 right now. Always done little issues like this. I feel like always. Super nervous, but we're here. We're on the dyno. Should be all good. Some of this stuff has to be cleaned up. We just threw it on here for now to make sure. But just to have the lines complete and everything. I'll clean this up later. But yeah, get some pulls. All right, so last night we got to do a couple rollers towards the end of the night, and it just ended up being too late to tune the car. So now we're at the next day, and today we'll actually be doing some pulls, but I'm gonna save that for the next video. Stay tuned. Can't wait to see. The car should make what the power I want to make super easy. These cars, these motors are really responsive to turbo, so it should make 400, 450 no problem, which is what I want to drift it at just because of the tire costs. But yeah, stay tuned for the next video. You guys will get to see all the dyno tuning and video footage from that. So hopefully we maybe do some skids in the car to test it out. Something like that. I do need to get an alignment. The alignment is far off. So catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one.